Delilah's got business now with us here on set. Delilah, starting out with a look at the markets. This is ahead of a Fed announcement later today.
That's right, Stuart. Good morning. Investors are in wait-and-see mode before the Fed concludes its two-day meeting. No rate hikes are expected, but they will be looking for clues on how the central bank plans to unwind its balance sheet. Asian markets are marginally in the green this Wednesday. The Nikkei in Japan ending the session completely flat. Slight gains on the Shanghai Composite and the Hang Seng over in Hong Kong.
The other big story starting to creep up on us is the British Prime Minister expected to make a major Brexit speech on Friday. And Delilah, we're now starting to get some glimpses, aren't we, of what we can expect.
Important glimpses, in fact. According to the Financial Times, Theresa May will offer 20 billion euros to fill its post-Brexit EU budget hole. The paper is also reporting that details of the speech have been shared with the German Chancellor, although Angela Merkel's office have declined to comment. London's outreach comes just days after the Foreign Secretary penned his own personal vision of a Brexit, a vision where Britain would pay no money to Brussels to access the bloc's common market. From Britain to Germany next, which heads to the polls on Sunday. In the German capital, Berliners are also getting ready to vote in a crucial referendum on the future of Berlin's Tegel airport. Some activists have called for the Cold War-era facility to remain open, this even after the new Berlin-Brandenburg airport is completed. Others, however, said the airport is too old and have complained about the noise, nuisance and pollution. Clement Bonneau reports.
Flying directly above central Berlin, planes take off and land from the nearby Tegel airport from 6 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. It was meant to close in 2012, but that was based on a replacement airport being ready. Construction of the new Berlin-Brandenburg airport, however, is more than 6 years behind schedule, and with no arrival in sight, residents are losing patience.
North Berlin's buildings haven't been equipped with wall insulation and double glazing to keep the noise out because Tegel was meant to close. There are 300,000 people here saying, well, it's noisy, but it'll stop one day. But now they're being told, no, it's not closing.
Tegel Airport could still be around even after the new airport opens. A group of activists has managed to get a local referendum on the issue. They argue that Berlin's two existing airports, Tegel and Schönefeld, which are both due to close, already serve more passengers than the Brandenburg airport is designed to handle. They also point out that Tegel is profitable.
Berlin residents like it. It's nearby, it's practical, it's very accessible. It's an airport which belongs to Berlin as much as the television tower or the Brandenburg Gate.
The latest polls predict that between 53% and 80% of Berlin voters will support keeping Tegel open.
Now today, a long-held ban on calls made through the internet has been lifted. This is in Saudi Arabia.
That's right. Residents in the kingdom will be able to use VoIP or Voice over Internet Protocol. The ease in restrictions means services like Skype and WhatsApp will be allowed to function freely. The decision comes just days after Riyadh called on the US internet company Snap to block videos and articles from Al Jazeera for violating local laws. Snap's decision has been labeled an assault on freedom of expression by the Qatar-based Al Jazeera. Now, France's state-run employment agency says it's considering cutting thousands of jobs to reduce costs. The announcement comes just as the number of job seekers continues to fall in the country. Unions, however, accuse the government of taking steps to privatize the agency.
As unemployment continues to fall, employees of France's state-run employment agency look set to lose their own jobs. Pôle emploi plans to implement drastic budget cuts to help slash costs in 2018, a move which the agency has confirmed would lead to some staff reduction next year. Negotiations are now underway with unions. The agency says a few hundred jobs will be cut, but promised there would be no direct layoffs. France's government says the move is justified by the recent drop in job seekers.
The agency has some 50,000 employees. A few hundred of them will be redeployed. Growth is picking up, so this will be done proportionally to our needs.
Unions, meanwhile, are worried. They accuse the government of secretly planning a major overhaul of the agency, which could result in a massive redundancy scheme.
On n'est pas dupe. Il y a probablement We won't be fooled. We know that the privatization of the agency is in a pipeline. And privatization means staff reduction, job cuts, and the end of a public service, which is free.
Employees have requested a meeting with government officials in a bid to keep themselves off the dole.
And finally, a bit of a glitch at Amazon. Now, this has meant that some shoppers received rather an unexpected email.
That's right, Stuart. The email said a gift is on the way and had the image of a crawling infant. The only problem was the customers weren't expecting a child and hadn't registered for any baby gifts. Amazon has not disclosed how many emails were sent out, and it's rare for glitches at the company, which is a tech firm and not just an online retailer. Did you get any emails?
No, I'd be calling the wife. Is there something I should know? Yeah, I hope not. I've got 3 already. That's enough.
Why not?
Delano with Business on France 24.